Hey there, thanks a bunch. Thanks for those biddies, meow. How's it going, Kane? It's good to see you as always. I hope you're doing well. This has been, I'm back from vacation. Oh baby, I was out for 8 days or something of the sort. So I was in Seattle for a week. This trip was fun. Um, it was definitely a little different from my prior trip in July, but it was good nonetheless. So I felt it was probably a good idea to go ahead and do a recap of PAX. If you want a recap of the other events, like going to Garden and stuff, you can check out my other socials for all that stuff. Alternatively, I could just like do a quick run through really quick. But I wanted to focus fire on PAX right now. PAX West 2021, the first convention I've been to since PAX 2019. Obviously impacted by an ongoing global pandemic. So needless to say, there are fewer there were fewer vendors and fewer booths this time around. So it was an interesting time. I had a good time, even though it was obviously downscaled. But it was cool, man. It was cool. I mean, considering the circumstances, I think it did a good job. PAX is always well organized. It is a fantastically run event in terms of logistics. They don't let things get overcrowded and rowdy, unlike certain other conventions that shall not be named. So I think let's just go ahead and run through my photo album. I saved all my photos. I put them all in the one album. So it might be a little unwieldy, but we can fast forward through things as need be. So this is the very beginning. This is the first shot I took in the expo hall on Friday, day one. So for context, I went the first 3 days. I kind of ditched the last day. Went with some friends. This is at 10:30 a.m. on Friday. So I got to the convention center, and needless to say, it was a little weird. So the expo hall is typically divided into halves on the 4th floor, and then there's more on the 6th. This time around, it's technically the same thing. It's like divided into halves on the 4th, but this time, there was not really an expo hall on the 6th. So that was kind of weird. But yeah, like just from the looks of it, this has more similarities to like your regular old, comic convention, just from the looks of it. But there are games deep down inside, I promise. There are games deep down inside. So the really crazy part is that I always mix up my halves, but this half, you could tell that it was not fully populated. Half of it was just blocked off. And that's already kind of crazy, like, because they clearly didn't have all the vendors to fill the whole entire space, so that was pretty wild. That was something else. It was very readily apparent even before the convention that Bandai Namco was going to have a very big presence. They were one of the few like big name publishers on the whole docket, if not the biggest publisher on the whole thing. And it was very expected that Tales of Arise was going to be a very dominant force in the whole thing. Much like Code Vein, I believe, in PAX 2018. They just like spam Tales of Arise like over and over and over again. Now, just to get this out of the way, I didn't play the game at this booth. I just took pictures of it. I had friends that played it and got merch. I was doing other stuff that I'll get to in a jiffy. But I did not touch Tales of Arise like at all. I figured if I really care, I could just play the PS5 demo or whatever. But apparently, like, the demo on the show floor was very similar, but I guess it gave you more power. I guess your experience levels are higher. I think you're like level 25 at the PAX build, and I think level 15 in the PS5 build that you can download. I'm not 100% sure because I haven't played it yet. But anyway, so I just took pictures of this booth. It's the closest thing to like a big PAX booth of years past. So I just took a whole bunch of it. I don't know anything about this game, so I just took pictures of the pretty banners. So I apologize, I can't really elaborate on anything. But this is the PAX 10. Every single year, there's 10 indie games that are chosen to kind of be showcased on a large scale at PAX. In this particular case, the PAX 10 is kind of in the middle of one of the halls. But typically the PAX 10 would be like all the way in like the corner or whatever, right? So we're already noticing a bit of reshuffling around compared to the previous years. And full confession, I actually did not play any of the PAX 10. I did like watch a lot of it. I will elaborate on what I actually did play, but I did not actually touch any of these games. Sorry. If you are expecting any insights, but some of them are out there. Some of them are forthcoming. In general speaking, they seem pretty cool. If a little skewed towards like the retro inspired side, but they seem competent. So there's a bit of a different system for console tourneys this year. I knew straight out the gate that I wanted to do the Tetris Effect tournament. My original plan was to do the Tetris Effect tournament on Friday and the Puyo Puyo Tetris tournament on Saturday. I did not play the Puyo Puyo Tetris tournament for various reasons. Notably, my friends and I did not want to get up there early, and I didn't want to pressure them to driving me there early. So I did not play Puyo Tetris on Saturday. That was not a thing. So there was a bit of a different system though. So instead of doing like just showing up and like do it and like sign up on a list, they actually give you a ticket. I guess presumably to force you to show up beforehand. Instead of just putting your name down, I guess. So I'm like, I was signed up to compete. I guess I was number 13 to get a ticket. I guess. This is the console. This is technically part of the annex. So this is attached to one of the expo halls. Hysterically, even though I've been to 5 prior PAXs, that being 13, 14, 16. Did I mess this up? Wait, I'm sorry. 6 prior PAXs, I think it was. If I remember, definitely wait, no. 13, 14, I skipped 15, 16, then 17, 18, 19. I know, yeah, 5 prior PAXs. So even though I've been to 5 prior PAXs, I for some reason forgot where the annex was, because I've been to the annex, but I forgot how to get there. So I had to stumble around a bit. I forgot the annex was just attached to one of the expo halls, so I had to, I kind of like meandered around a little bit, and then I finally got there. But this is the tourney, the expo, this is the annex with all the console tournament stuff. This is the very first time I've seen an Xbox Series X in person. I had never seen one in person before. And as we'll kind of get to later, I had never even touched an Xbox Series X controller, I guess S or X controller, ever before. I'd never touched one before. So, like, I was kind of amused at how small these boxes were, I guess. I mean, that was kind of cool, but I don't know. I was like, okay, that's cool. So there's a lot of space for oh, I'm sorry, this is console free play. I think I said console tournament. Well, it's console tournaments and console free play. So you can see a little PS5 action right here. PS5 stuff. So, I signed up for Tetris, so I had to kill some time before a tournament, right? So, I was on the fence if I wanted to do the Guilty Gear Strive, like, PAX Arena stuff, for, like, the smooth prize of $4,000 for first place. Unbeknownst to me, it was actually the 10,000 pool split up across the top 16. They didn't really make that, like, the most clear, but they just said, like, 10,000 pool or whatever, right? But as it turns out, it was actually 4,000 for first place, 2,000 for second place, so on and so forth. So, I didn't bring my fight stick. I didn't bring any gear. I had a little bit of peer pressure in that I was being encouraged to sign up for the Guilty Gear Strive tournament, but I had kind of known that I was going to get my butt kicked because, like, 1, I haven't ever practiced, like, combos in this game. 2, I've only ever played it with my friend, so I only have a set degree of matchup knowledge. And 3, I've barely ever played it online. I did, like, maybe, like, a few dozen Milia matches online, and that's, like, it. Right? So I'm like, I don't really feel like standing around for tournaments, because, like, the one thing about PAX tournaments is that I don't really like standing around, like, well, I guess it's not just PAX tournaments. I don't like standing around for tournaments, because I don't want to spend my whole, like, day just waiting for my turn to be called. So it's just like, I don't really feel like spending my entire PAX. It's like my first convention in, like, 2 years. I don't really want to stand here, right? So I'm just like, I took a picture of this, sent it to my friends. I'm like, yo, if you want to do the Guilty Gear stuff, this is the information or whatever, right? So I'm like, here's the information. So, but I kind of known that every single day my party and I like to leave at 5 p.m. every single day to go get dinner. So it's like, it like, can we really do this if like if we're part of this tournament? It's like I didn't really feel like doing it, but I took a picture of this anyway. PM Studios is a pretty renowned publisher. They're sort of known back in the day for DG Max and DG Max Technica. I guess more specifically, I guess DG Max Fever, so on and so forth. The rhythm games way back in the day. Whatchamacallit? They've expanded since then to be sort of a wide-ranging indie publisher. And so I chitty-chatted with the guys at the booth really quick. And then I walked around some more. I went to Pink Gorilla. There's a lot of EVs, a lot of cute Pokemon plushies, Digimon plushies. They got some Yampers and some Wooloos. I didn't pick up any Pokemon plushies. I had to be very specific about the plushies I got because I have too many plushies. I want to get a plushie net someday, but for some reason I took another shot of the Guilty Gear stuff. I don't know why I did this, but I guess one thing of note is that I asked on my friend's behalf if they had controllers at the PC setups. Knuzzle, what's going on, man? It's good to see you. We're doing the PAX recap. We're still on day 1, so you didn't really miss a whole lot. Ooh, Eevee cheer. That's a cute emote. How's it going, man? It's good to see you. I might need that emote. My friend won't like that emote. So, like, I didn't do the Guilty Gear tournament, but I asked my friends behalf, yo, what controller setups do they have at these PCs? Because, like, they're all on PC or whatever. And they said, like, well, the guys were kind of ambivalent. They're like, well, like, there's controllers there. There's not really fight sticks or anything like that. And I was like, okay, alright, fine. But I played Guilty Gear Strive on stick, so I was like, again, I didn't bring my stick or anything, so I was like, didn't feel compelled to, like, try. Or anything. I don't think I doxed myself. You just got the convention center address. So, this is an indie shmup. I didn't play it. It looks pretty cute. I think it's a 4-player shoot 'em up. Not too many 4-player shoot 'em ups in general nowadays, huh? But, this is, I think this is the, I took a photo of the banner. I forget what booth this is off the top of my head, but I partially took a picture of this to sort of, test my brand new phone, and you can kind of tell like the phone can actually like capture things, whereas like if I use my previous iPhone 5S or my iPhone 7, or God forbid like my Razr or like my whatever earlier phones, suffice to say, earlier phones would have blown these out. Like you wouldn't be able to see anything, but you can actually like see the light and colors and shadows and stuff. So that's pretty cool. We'll get to this booth later. Again, I took more photos of Tales of Arise. I don't even know why I took some pictures of this booth. I guess because it's like the biggest booth in the whole PAX Center, I guess, but I suppose. I took another shot of it. I think I was just testing my fisheye lens, I guess. And this is all the stuff that you could get. I guess like there was I think there was like a, what the heck did they say? You get a raffle for a chess set. There's a lanyard, I guess you could get if you played the demo. I guess you could do gacha. I guess if you beat the boss, you get a gacha for one of 6 different keychains. And I guess there's a lanyard for playing the demo. Now, on day 2, there's a sign that said keychains have run out. So I guess presumably everyone scooped them up on day 1, or maybe they didn't bring that much. I have no idea what happened, but I was going to actually consider doing this to maybe send to like a buddy or something, but since it straight up just said, oh yo, like the keychains are out on day 2, and like the line was like capped on day 2, I was like, I'm not gonna try this demo. I could just play it at home. But I couldn't. Like my friend had the lanyard and stuff, but you know, I guess there was a pretty cool chess set that you could have gone. I guess, but so they had a pretty good push for Tales of Arise, needless to say. So another shot of the Tales of Arise thing. Limited run games. Definitely a smaller booth from 2019. I'm happy they showed up. I don't really buy too much from limited run. I'm like kind of very specific about what I pick up from them, but I only have a handful of limited run games, but I showed up nonetheless, just to see what it was all about. You can see like the event exclusives. There's a handful of them. There's some they had like a Jack and Daxter sort of push. I guess there was some River City Girls exclusive cover as well, and so yeah, there wasn't a whole like there wasn't as much of a booth presence as in 2019, but you know that's fine. It's not a big deal. And it's to be expected. Again, all of the booth downsizing is to be expected in the age of the pandemic. So you can't really judge like too harshly, right? So they did the best they could. There's still some cool stuff you get on display. There's more shots of that later. There's more shots of the PAX Arena stage. You can see like there was a pretty big push. I think this is by I don't even remember the name of these PC makers, but it was a liquid cooling company. I think, but all the Guilty Gear setups were on these machines. They look pretty cool. You know, that's nice. So we're getting to the Tetris Effect tournament. So the Tetris Effect tournament was very, very interesting. It was a 32-person bracket. So I was expected to be zone battle, the regular standard 1v1 like versus mode, right? Because you know it's a tournament. I thought I was gonna be playing like people in a versus format. They did not download Tetris Effect Connected onto the PS4s because Tetris Effect Connected is a separate update. The connected component was exclusive to Xbox platforms for like, I guess like, I think 8 months or whatever, right? So like last year, going to the summer, and then finally came out on PlayStation. Now, they ran this tournament on PS4s, so they did not download the update in time. So there's without the PvP component, there's no way to like do any versus stuff. So they're like considering what to do, and they're like, "Yo, we're gonna do score attack. We're gonna do ultra mode, highest score in 3 minutes." Top 2 in each set of 4 moves on to the next like next round. And I'm like, okay, I like Ultra. I like to do back-to-back Tetrises, I guess. So I do it, right? So my first round was like kind of whatever. I had to do a lot of like cleanup, so I kind of didn't get a lot of back-to-backs. And turning nerves were a thing and all that stuff too. So I got a score of, I think this says 26.5k if I'm not mistaken. So I was like, oh shit. Oh no. And so hysterically I lined up with my friend Heaven Chai. Heaven Chai is very baller at music puzzle games. I actually played them back in I think it was 2019 in Puyo Tetris. But Heaven Chai is very cool. So I had the bright idea of lining up with them. And so we were in the same part of the bracket. So I was like, wait, did my friendship just consign me to getting like punked in bracket? But Heaven Chai is super cool. So I was like, you know, honestly, and I literally said to them, yo, it'd be an honor to be defeated by, like, taken out by you or something like that. So we were next to each other in the bracket. I thought they're gonna randomize it, and I guess they technically did, but I was still next to Heaven Chai in my set of 4. So I moved on with them to the next round. So this is round 1 of the set of 32. I made it out of round 1, right? So I did a lot of digging. I didn't do as many back-to-back Tetrises as I wanted. So the second round I tried to compensate by doing fewer clears, right? So I go here. This is round 2. I like pile up and I don't downstack as much. Downstacking is the principle of clearing lines to lower your stack, literally lowering your stack. And so I'm like, wait a second, I'm like 23.7k, like what? And so like there are some killers in this pool. There's a guy who had gotten 41k around this point, and like Heaven Chai was killing it. They were like in the high like 30ks or like whatever, right? So I was like, oh shit, 23.7k, I'm gonna get wiped. I'm gonna get like deleted from this bracket. I'm not gonna make it out. I made it out of round 2, somehow. So like I guess like there were 2 other people that didn't like score as high. So I was like, okay, I'm good. So like I did my back-to-backs. You notice 84 line clears, but I guess this is 88 line clears. So I actually scored fewer lines or like whatever, right? So I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna get like womped out of this bracket. Fortunately for me, I was very used to using the DualShock 4, so like the pads were a little worn out, but it was like fine. So moving right along, I didn't get a clean shot at this one, but this is round 3, 32.1k. I was like, yes, I'm like finally getting back to my groove. Got more back-to-backs than expected. I think it may have been this round when like actually. I think it was actually this round when I just threw blocks to the side just to force a long bar to get squeeze one more Tetris out of it. I think, was it this one or was it whatever the one had lots of holes? It was probably this one actually. It's probably this one. Come to think of it, because it's random as blocked, right? So 32.1k. So yes, I'm finally gonna do a decent job. So I was kind of scared, but again, I made it out. For top 2 progressed to the next round. And so we made it. I made it to the top 4 somehow. From a set of 32 became 16, became 8, became 4. So I was like, well, there's a guy in here who's got the 41k, and Heaven Chai is killing it as usual. So I was like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do very well, but I'm gonna do my best, right? So I got my best score so far up to this point, 32.4k. I just played my ass off, right? So again, well, I don't know my line. Oh, 98 lines cleared. So 88 lines cleared, 84 lines cleared, 98 lines cleared, and 95 lines cleared. And for context, I'm not very good at back-to-back T-spins or double triple cannons and stuff like that. So I rely on back-to-back Tetrises to score points. So that's a bit of a liability because it takes more pieces to get more points. So you can see, even on this set, we can see the 41k. So as it turns out, I got 3rd place out of 32 people. The guy that got 41k got I don't remember the numbers now, but I think the guy that won got 35k, and Heaven Chai might have gotten 34k, and this is me with my 32.4k. And I apologize if I mess up the numbers there, but I was 3rd place out of 32 people. That's not bad, but considering I can't really again do the back-to-back T-spin shenanigans or whatever, right? But that was fun. I was expecting a versus format, but I had a good time. That was my one and only tournament with all PAX. So we're done with tournaments for PAX. Playing tournaments for PAX anyway. So we're done. So I kind of had an inside joke with my friend. At the same time as PAX was Bit Summit. So our favorite, or one of our favorite developers, Inti Creates, known for Gunvolt, Blaster Master Zero, Dragon Mark for Death, Mega Man Zero, you name it, Mega Man ZX, so on and so forth. They collaborated with Gem Drop Studios in Japan, known for Crystar. I streamed Crystar last year for context. It was a good game. But there was another game developer called Gem Drop Games. So as a bit of a funsies joke with my friend, I was all like, I'm gonna go to Gem Drop Games and see what they're about. So I went, and it was just this kind of 8-bit sort of inspired arcadey kind of game, and I was pretty slow to start, but I guess it ramped up. Well, really all it is those worms crawling from the right, and you're a dude with a hammer, and you're trying to thwack them, right? And I guess you could play as other characters, but it was kind of fun. It was a little slow to start though, but it was a good time. So I went back to the Pink Gorilla booth. Got some rainbow Pokemon setups here. Some Pink Gorilla is a local shop up in Seattle area. I think they have 2 shops, but anyway, Pink Gorilla's pretty dope. They got all sorts of merch. You can see retro consoles and stuff like that. I don't remember the prices on these, but wait, what? Color fade. Well, I have an inside joke that every single Saturn out there is bodied in some way, because sometimes there's a lot of lenses that are messed up or whatever. But anywho, yeah. So this is Pink Gorilla. Went back to PM Studios. I played this game called Squish. So it's a 4-player local sort of crazy party game. You're sort of playing against your friends. Per its name, there's plenty of opportunities to get squished. There are blocks coming from the sky, right? So there are blocks coming down, and you're trying to basically move the blocks around, thwack the blocks, and bamboozle your friends to getting squashed. If you yourself are defeated, you turn to a block, and then you yourself can squash them to get back into it. So that was a pretty fun game. I don't think this shot was it's kind of hard to see the game, so this shot is not particularly illustrative, but yeah, so but Squish was pretty fun at the PM Studios booth. I Actually, so I went back to Pink Gorilla again. I guess these are out of order, but I went back to Pink Gorilla. No, actually, no, I think I went back to Pink Gorilla like a third time or whatever. Anyway, so I bought a Kirby terrarium. That was pretty cool. And I got like this water. I got this watery one. I think I put pictures of it in here maybe, but so that was a thing that happened. I did the gacha thing. One of 6 different types of terrariums. So this one, Whitethorn Games, they're known for publishing Calico. They're very cool. Had very cozy stuff. They have a lot of pride. They had pride pins, so I picked up some pride pins. Whitethorn Games is really neat. So again, as you can still see from the banners, they got some pretty cozy games in the background here. So I played this game called Princess Farmer. It's a puzzle game featuring retro styled visuals and bunnies. So it had a whimsical presentation. It took a bit of a learning curve, but I had a really good time with it. It's very cute. And I guess the best way for me to describe it is probably like if Mario 2 met like Yoshi's Cookie, I guess. It's probably the best way for me to put it. There's also some really whimsical like dialogue choices as well. And I don't think the game has a release date. It does have a demo on Steam, but typically I'm a little suspicious sometimes of like retro throwback games, but this seems to have a pretty unique heart, so I'm probably gonna play it when it comes out. So you can kind of see the things here. This is like they had a single player mode and a 2-player mode you could play. So you kind of see oh, this is the 2-player mode, I'm sorry. In 2-player mode, there's like objectives they want you to do and stuff like that, like score diagonal clears or like pick up all the carrots or like whatever. But I did the 1-player mode and basically it was just defeating like an enemy or like whatever. So I was kind of slightly surprised to see that OtterBox had a presence at PAX. I was like, OtterBox? Like, I buy OtterBox for my iPhone, but like what is OtterBox doing here? And so but OtterBox had a big presence at PAX, so that was a thing. It was fun. And so yeah, they had all sorts of gaming paraphernalia you could get. And dial-up games. Chibi, how you doing, Chibi? It's good to see you. Sorry about disappearing from Twitch for the past week. How you doing, man? It's good to see you. It's good to see you. It's good to see you. Oh, I appreciate your effort. Yeah. I mean, gosh dang it! Ah, crud. Okay, I should probably get emote only. Gosh dang it. Okay. Sorry, you know why I enable emote only though, right? Cause the reason why gosh dang it. Yeah, sorry, Knizzle. I was trying to ask Knizzle how he's doing and I left.
Thanks a bunch, meow.
Oh my gosh, Sam, how you doing? Oh no, Sam, I messed it up. Sorry, Sam. my stream is exposing itself one step at a time. Okay, let's all right, let's do that one more time.
Thanks a bunch, meow.
There we go. Thanks a bunch for the resub, Sam. Sorry about hiding your alert. How you doing, Sam? It's good to see you. 13 months. Yeah, the reason why, okay, so the reason why it's an emote only is because, I guess, like, there's some unsavory bots around, and, like, they're spamming people's chats in offline mode and reporting them or something like that. So I turned on emote only to be safe, and then, I forgot to turn it back on. I forgot to turn it back on. Yeah. Yeah, it's super fun. Thanks a bunch, Sarah. I appreciate that. Yeah, but I appreciate you. Thanks for coming through for 13 months. Thanks a bunch, and thanks for letting me know. I guess in retrospect, I'm not sure how anyone would have alerted me to the fact that I was an emote only. But yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah. I guess like VIPs are immune to the emote only, I think, right? I think. So but I appreciate that. But yeah, we're in the middle of PAX right now. I think it's still day 1, so VIPs and mods are muted. Got it. Well, I hope you guys are doing well. Thanks for coming through. But yeah. Anywho, let's keep on keeping on. You be lurking. Yeah, for sure, Sam. I appreciate you. I miss your big announcement, Sam, because I couldn't, whenever I'm on vacation, it's hard for me to watch Twitch because I'm so busy. So like, and distracted. So like, busy, distracted, or eating. So I didn't catch your big announcement, but I was gonna try to get through your big VOD eventually and see the big announcement. Paraphernalia. Oh my gosh, I meant to say that this Otterbox had various gaming paraphernalia. My stream is going places one misstep at a time. But no worries, Knizzle. So I'll surprise the Otterbox there with all of its gaming paraphernalia. Oh jeez. Dial-up games. So they had this sort of vaporwave looking thing. So they had this little setup so you can see like all these different like retro themed cases or like whatever. You see all the different NES boxes and Zelda boxes and whatnot here. They also had all sorts of crazy merch. You get yourself a Final Fantasy 13 Play Arts Kai bike for $400 dues. It's a lot of dollar dues for a bike. If you want the Linkin Park Nendoroids, you can get those too. There's some pretty cool stuff that's out of print. I have no space in my apartment, so I can't really get this stuff. But you know, it's fun checking it out. I guess. But so anywho, moving right along. There was also the you get old OG like gaming shenanigans. So you get the Super Nintendo, the Mario set and stuff like that. And good old thing bobbers. Is this a Super Advantage? I had the original NES Advantage. I did not have the Super Advantage. The other side of the same case from before, you can see all the different Zelda boxes. So you could, you know, get your Zelda collectors on. For some reason, there's some random other things in here too. So you get yourself a Samus Returns, a new 3DS XL, so on and so forth. So it's pretty cool. And there's all sorts of other consoles too. You can see the different Genesises over time. So dial-up games is pretty neat. I was in line technically, but I was like, I don't really need any of this stuff because I have no space in my apartment, so I didn't buy anything. But you know, they actually had the NES, the second version of the NES, the top load version of the NES. And in case you guys didn't know, this is like super late in the NES's life when they did a second version of it. So which I think this is technically after the Super Nintendo came out. So there's like another version of the NES. And so it's top loading, so it's less prone to getting like errors and stuff. But the caveat is no AV output, so the you have to use an RF switch, so the display quality is not as good. So kind of sucks, but so there was that. Day 2, we're on day 2 now. So this is a VR game, Captain Two Head versus the punks from outer space. Looked pretty whimsical. I didn't really get a good shot of it, but it looked very cartoony. I don't really do too much VR, nor did I want to wait for it, so I didn't really do it. But I think I was in line at the Samshi booth. I got a keychain, or I got a pin. As a bit of I got a pin as a surprise from my friend. Oh, you could get a better look at the game right here. So you can see sort of like wacky and over the top and all that good stuff, right? So yeah. Back at limited run. So from my understanding, the River City Girls stuff sold out like lickety split. So you can see the PlayStation 4 games that they did have over here. Again, not too many different games, but they went super hard on like Jack and like other sort of indies. I'm sorry, other indies. And indies. That's not to imply Jack is an indie, but and then all sorts of other stuff that you could do. And the case is like kind of over here. So this is like really the whole booth. Last year there's like playable stuff in like a bigger booth, but you know, it was fine for what it was. Obviously, in the times of COVID, you gotta do what you gotta do. I think these are the Switch games. So pretty similar to like the PS4 lineup with some additional things. But yeah, there was that. This is back at the Samshi booth. There's a lot of cool, this cute Morgana design from Persona 5. Meow. I was considering picking it up, but since I haven't beaten Persona 5, or I haven't even played Persona 5, I thought it'd be a bit of a poser if I bought this shirt. Be like, I just like cats. Meow. Yeah, Morgana. Yeah, Mugana is very cute. Meow. So, I'm super in love with cats. So, yeah, we're back. So I sat down a decent amount at the with my friends. They really wanted the friends I was hanging out with were a bit more inclined to watch more, to experience more AAA games. So like, they didn't really want to play as many indies. So I was like, okay, whatever, I'll just join you guys, I guess. So, we sat down to watch some Guilty Gear matches or whatever, right? So, Guilty Gear Strive 10K Open. First place gets 4K. Second place gets 2K. Dollar dude's a lot of money, right? So, Guilty Gear is hot. I've been playing Guilty Gear for 2 decades, but back in the day it was very niche, and now it's like the biggest like fighting game like right now, right? So it's pretty cool. So they had a big stage for it. We were watching a lot of matches, a lot of cool shenanigans and stuff like that. We're kind of in the back. There was a Guilty, yeah, for $10,000 dues. Yeah, $10,000 dues. Yeah. If you want to hear some more deets about Guilty Gear, well, I'm gonna get more into it at the end of this photo thingamabobber here. So I swung by Fangamer. Fangamer had a pretty sizable presence this year. Bugsnax came out right when the PS5 came out last year. I streamed Bugsnax, and now it is at Fangamer. You can also get other stuff, Hollow Knight, Resident Evil's there, big Stardew presence, Ori presence, Deltarune. So there's a lot of different like thingamabobbers, right? A lot of variety on display. So hysterically, this is day 2, right? So stuff was already like selling out. This Katamari water bottle, I guess this Stardew something or other, I don't even know what that is, that sold out. And Dark Souls Dark Souls playing cards, those sold out. Get yourself some cool plushies. So there again, this is like the Undertale / Deltarune stuff. You get is it a Razzie scarf? I don't know my Deltarune very well, but you get their scarf. Rousey. Yeah, that's right. I was like, that doesn't sound right. You get a Stripey from Bugsnax. Looks cute. Yeah, super cute, right? Yeah, super cute. Yeah, it's very Fangamer's baller. If you haven't bought stuff in Fangamer before, check out their website. They're really nice. I bought a lot of Gunvolt stuff from them back in the day and other things bobbers too. But yeah, I bought I actually did in fact buy some stuff from this booth. I'll get to that later. So get yourself a Strabby from Bugsnax. You'll get a shirt from Bugsnax. So this I got this. I got this. I got that. I got myself a Strabby. Against my better judgment. Here I was saying I have too many plushies and I got a Strabby anyway. I also got the shirt because I'm crazy. But this is a very cute adventure game, Spirit of Midnight. I didn't play it, I just watched it by kitties. I saw the cute cats. They had some plushies there too. I don't think you could actually like get the plushies, but looked very neat. So yeah, Spirit of I backed away, my bad. Let me get back into it. Spirit of Midnight looked very cute. Back to the Fangamer booth, I guess just because I want to test my wide angle lens, I guess. And more wide angle lens action. Thanks for the emote. This is the one panel I went to. I only went to one panel the entire time. Navigating the gaming industry with confidence. And so half the booth was, so technically I've helped out with indie projects, but I'm still like sort of always curious about hearing people's stories about getting into the industry. Cause I want to hear techniques too. So, I listen to this panel. Half the panels made by had Niantic people, so like I often joke that I love Niantic because I'm addicted to Pokemon Go. That said, if I want to be a true Niantic head, I could probably stand to play like Ingress or some other game instead. But I'm crazy about Pokemon Go. Anyway, so this panel is really, really cool. I think I forgot the names of the panelists. I'm going to see if I can filibuster enough so I can list off the panelists. But anyway, so I had a handful of panels, but there were fewer panels just because of the relative impact of the pandemic and stuff like that. So like those I think there's like shorter notice for panelists this year. And I just feel like fewer panelists like were able to show up. But this panel was the one I actually went to. Be brave, networking and navigating the industry with boldness. Laura of Niantic, Trini of Niantic, Fred of Niantic, Kate of Secret Door, Chris of Bungie, and Jen of Funko. So all of them some really, really cool perspectives. I was very hyped to hear the things, and it was good, man. It was really good. If you need more information or notes about what they actually said, I actually transcribed the entire panel, so I wrote down everything. So let me know if you're curious. But in general speaking, basically, don't be afraid to use social media like Twitter and LinkedIn, and be persistent and be honest and be forthcoming, and don't be they didn't actually say this, but like basically don't be a dick. That's essentially the whole thing, right? So, but I mean, there's all sorts of funny anecdotes and stuff like that. People coming from unrelated fields and stuff like that, and then eventually they got into the game industry. But or in some people's cases, they basically just had to reach out, man. Just reach out. And Laura had a story about how she basically interacted in such a way that she basically had to do a next day flight to do some crazy interview shenanigans, and the risk paid off. So that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. So I wish I had the boldness to like fly out to a different city to like on an impromptu interview and stuff like that. But yeah. There was a pretty big booth on 2 floors, 4th floor and the 6th floor. For like tabletop-ish stuff. I think the tabletop stuff was more prominent on the 6th floor, but I took a photo of this game, Bunny Kingdom, to show to my friends. And there was also a game, I think it's called Isle of Cats as well. That was very, very cute. Can you see it? No, you can't see it in here. So day three. So basically, I watched a lot of Guilty Gear on day 3. That's really all I did. So there was a pretty baller Potemkin versus Potemkin match. So the reason why I took pictures of those cranes because my friend remarked, "Hey, I want to see this crane. That crane looks super cool. Can you like show me the crane?" And I was like, here's the photo. Or he's like, I really like this crane. I wish I had something like that. I'm like, okay, I'll like
Thanks a
get a
bunch,
photo of it.
meow.
30 months. Oh, thanks a bunch, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for 30 months since the beginning. I've almost been streaming for I was streaming for 5 years, and I've almost been an affiliate for like, I guess 2.5. I guess. Oh my god. I hope you guys enjoyed your stream yesterday. So yeah, I watched a lot of Guilty Gear. This crane is kind of funny, particularly for one reason, and that reason is sorry if I echoed just now. I need to really mute this page. Yeah, I don't know, like whenever I go to like my Twitch page, it autoplays my own stream, which is like really awkward. So basically, it actually is gonna be faster to find us on Twitter, because this is not technically a clip of my channel. But basically, I was on stream in the PAX Arena. Really specifically, it was my friend that like managed to get me on, get us on stream. That was really the big thing. But basically, it's this clip. This is so my friend wore a specific Guilty Gear shirt, and that kind of got us on stream, which is kind of funny. I'm not gonna play the clip on the stream just so I don't like, you know, just so I don't use their content without their permission and stuff like that. But yeah, this clip was fun, man. This was a lot of fun. So yeah, I was on camera basically in some amount of fame or whatever, right? So what you want to call it? I'm not sure. I guess I took a video of this for some reason. I guess. So again, this is the Guilty Gear stuff. Probably could have stood to take more footage, but I didn't really feel like it. This is again the crane in question. Oh, I guess I took more footage of it. So this is the moving setup they got.
Boom booms are
Oh,
coming.
Carol! The boom booms are coming. Meow 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 meow. Hope you had a good art stream. Thanks for the raid, Carol. I appreciate you. How was your stream? Good to see you. Yeah, how are you? I'm doing a recap of PAX via my photo album. I'm actually near the end, but I can go back in time and show you the rest of the album really quick. It's not that big of an album, but I appreciate you, Carol. Thanks a bunch. So yeah, I hope you had a good stream. Hopefully you've been doing this pretty baller art challenge. You've been overhauling your socials. You've been doing some cool stuff. If you want to see Carol's Instagram, please check it out over here. Looks like you really got some like pretty bold shadows and stuff like that, so it's pretty neat. So anywho, oh, Jon Snow. You know, I think I've seen like 8 episodes of Game of Thrones, so I always mess up the pronunciation. I think it's Daenerys. But the last name I don't know. Targaryen, I think. But Daenerys. I only watched those 8 episodes. I don't know, but yeah, I hope the piece is working out for you. Yeah, I mentioned there's some good shots to draw inspiration from. So yeah, thanks for letting me know. It was good. It's good to hear you had a good stream. I can do a recap of the rest of this PAX album really quick. After we're on day 3, I didn't go to day 4, but so again, those are pretty baller Guilty Gear, right? So $10,000 dues, $4,000 for first place, $2,000 for second place. It's a lot of money, right? So they had a pretty cool system where like after each match takes place, they could show like the highlights. So like I don't even know exactly how they managed to do it, but presumably they have some like recording in progress. Maybe I'm not really sure. I'm not an esports. I don't really put together esports stuff, so it's not really my forte. But the card was very hype. It was there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of matches, a lot of character representation. This is the top 16 on Sunday. There were a handful of characters that weren't really represented that much. I don't think there was like a Faust, for instance, but it's still pretty cool. I think the amount of entrants, I think there were 157 entrants for this prize money in the PAX Arena, but I didn't participate because I don't want to stand around all day waiting for my turn during tournament. So I wanted to walk around and enjoy the convention and stuff. If you do have any questions about PAX, please let me know. But again, there's some pretty cool stuff. I think this is Kai versus Dayan oh, I don't even know. I'm really bad at remembering stuff. Is Dayan a chip? I don't remember. I'm gonna look it up really quick. But the really cool part about this, some of the players are actually local to the Pacific Northwest, so that's pretty neat. That's what you're working. That's exciting. Let's take a look. Oh, that's fun. Yeah, I think like you really do a good job of getting those facial expressions. So that's pretty sweet. Yeah, I think you chose a pretty challenging thing, and I think you captured the big details. So that's cool, man. That's super cool. Good going. And thanks for sharing. It looks like 159 people. So but yeah, this is a pretty cool turn. Oh, Damon was a Faust, so there was a Faust after all. But whatchamacallit? So all the this see like the texture is very difficult, man. It's not easy to do. It's definitely challenging. Also for the Raiders, my name is Vin. I'm doing a PAX West 2021 like overview right now. So I appreciate you guys coming through. So this is like the setup for the camera again. This Giovanna player went pretty far. I think this Giovanna player may have been top 4, I think it was. They were in losers quarter finals. No, losers finals. Yeah. But this Giovanna switched over later on. Giovanna is one of the new characters in this game. She's kind of meant to be more beginner-ish friendly, but she's also a POC. She's super cool. I think she's actually from Brazil, I think? Or maybe, or whatever the equivalent of South America is in the Guilty Gear universe. I'm not 100% sure, but... sorry. I need to get my refreshment. Need to make sure I'm not parched and stuff. So this is pretty cool. Again, like I play a decent amount of Guilty Gear Strive. I'm not really the best at it. I've played maybe 2,000 hours so far, which is like an okay number of hours by fighting game standards, I guess. But again, the PAX Arena Almost Pro 10K Open. It's pretty fun to watch. So, and again, I was actually on stream with this very silly clip. So, if you do want to see me on the PAX Arena stream, I was actually there. My friend had a freaking Guilty Gear shirt on, so that was pretty funny. The most hyped thing though was Potemkin versus Potemkin. There was that was probably my favorite match. It was losers finals. The Giovanna switched over Potemkin, but the other person that was primarily using Potemkin, they took it. Now the questionable or the sort of like weird part though was that there was a Leo player who sent this CG to the losers bracket, right? Because this is double elimination, and so basically CG had to fight themselves out of the losers bracket, right? So and if you can see the prize pool right here: 4,000 first place, 2,000 second place, 1,200 third place, 650 fourth, so on and so forth. There's some pretty big names. Yipes, Kizzy K, they were all doing the thing as part of the commentating. So that was pretty neat. I think that's Soul, I think. Looks kind of like Soul. Yeah. So this is kind of like near the end of the whole thing. But CG beat Potemkin in the losers finals only to once again play Razo in grand finals. So basically fighting the person again, the person that sent them to losers in the first place. And I've been there, right? Like at Enemy Evo 2018, I got sent to losers and I got taken out in losers by the same person. I was like, well, that's great. And then in the Puzzle Fighter tournament that I participated in, I think it was May, I got sent to losers and beaten losers by the same person. So like, I'm very familiar with this feeling and it kind of sucks, but it's just something to deal with, I guess. But, you know, Leo took it, very explosive VFX on the side there. you know, it was kind of a blowout, but it was still fun to watch. And you know, and that's the 10K Open, and that's my PAX West album. And so basically, again, like, if you want a recap of what happened really quick here. So I didn't really play that many games at PAX this year. It was downsized due to the pandemic, basically. Fewer exhibitors, smaller booths, still a fun time. I basically participated. I basically played a few games. I did the Tetris Effect tournament on Friday. I slept in on Saturday, so I did not do the Puyo Tetris tournament. And I did not do any other tournaments. The Tetris Effect tournament, I was 3rd place out of 32. And I played 4 times, and it was Seatac, so basically most points in 3 minutes, because they could not download the PvP update onto the PS4s in time. But you know, 3rd place out of 32, it's I think I can take a win from that one, right? So but yeah, again, Tales of Arise had the biggest stage presence, or the biggest booth presence. And the whole thing, the forthcoming Tales game from Bandai Namco. You get some cool Tales swag if you played the thing. You were in a raffle for a chess set every single day. If you played the demo, you get a one of 6 keychains. You got a lanyard, you got some other keychain. Now the caveat is that the keychains apparently ran out on day 2. So I was expecting to like actually line up and get some like Tales merch from friends. I did not get Tales merch from my friends. In fact, I didn't even play the demo at PAX. I just... Apparently, the demo build is very similar to what you just download at PS5 anyway. So, like, I guess, like, the PAX build sets you at level 25, and I guess the PS5 build sets you level 15. I don't really know for sure. But yeah, there's a demo that you can play at PAX. Apparently, this demo is mechanically the same as the PS5 demo, just that, you get some badass giveaways. 3 winners a day could get this chess set. I guess a lanyard got. I guess there's a lanyard for like a demo. I think the bottom left is a misprint. I think the owl is actually for the photo op. I don't think it's for the demo. And you can do like fake gotcha for your keychains or like whatever. But didn't you know, I didn't play it, so I can't really remark on it. But to be entirely frank, I'm not really planning on picking this game up. But you know, I still like seeing it on the show floor, but you know, I didn't really touch it or anything. So again, this is dial-up gaming from a distance. The booth is literally called dial-up gaming. Yeah, it's like, you know, I don't necessarily like think Tales of Arise is a bad. I don't think it's a bad product. I don't think it's uninteresting necessarily. It's just like, I haven't been invested in Tales, so it's like, and it's just, I'm not really into these character designs either, so it's like, if for people who are into it, I think the game, like, from a visual perspective, it looks really cool, but it's just not for me, and that's fine. It looks like the effects are awesome, and the environments are cool, but it's like, you know. But anywho, so this is there are many indie games on this floor. Bark was a 4-player shoot 'em up, and I'm gonna go through these kind of lickety split because I already like covered this earlier in the stream, but I'm doing I'll just recap it for those tuning in now. Pink Gorilla had a lot of Pokemon plushies. PM Studios had formerly known for like DG Max and stuff like that. They had a pretty big indie booth presence. I played Squish, which is a local sort of party game. Squish is pretty fun. Here it is. You're basically just trying to shove blocks, and I'm pretty sure it's not the same PM Studios. You try to shove blocks and squash your 3 other friends, and basically if you get defeated yourself by a trap or a block, you come back as a block, and you can basically squash someone to take their spot. And so that's pretty fun. One of my favorite games was Princess Farmer. I kind of liken it to basically be like a cross between Mario 2 and Yoshi's Cookie. So it's got this weird sort of like retro themes aesthetic and a lot of dialogue, but it's pretty cute. And it was at Whitethorn Games booth. They're known for like Calico and stuff like that. Yeah, they had a pretty big, they had a pretty sizable booth presence, for sure. And again, I stopped by Limited Run. I picked up some stuff for some friends. Limited Run in general didn't really have the most new stuff to show. They did have an event exclusive thing for River City Girls, which I guess sold out on I mean, I think it sold out day 3, I think, but yeah, so it was pretty fun. I got a Kirby Terrarium. I got the seaside looking one. I have the album buried in here somewhere, where I took pictures of the thing when I built it out. Again, like dial-up games had all sorts of like crazy, interesting sort of setups here. So like they had a Zelda like setup, so you can see all the boxes over time and stuff like that. This is a limited run again. I don't really buy the most limited run games, but I buy a handful here and there. This is Morgana at the Sanshi booth. Very cute cat. Meow. And once again, I did a little bit of bug snacks. I got Strabby, googly-eyed Strabby, no less. It has an actual googly eye that moves around when you shake it. If you went to Fan Gamer, you can get some pretty cool merch like Delta Rune, Rousey merch. Again, this Strabby, Undertale / Delta Rune, so on, so forth. Yeah, I did one gaming tournament, one panel. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole deal. It was a pretty lax PAX, but it was a fun time nonetheless. And yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to ping me or anything. But you know, it was just a chill time in general. And I could show the Kirby Terrarium like super quick. I have to find it in my data though really quick here, but it's gonna take me a hot minute to find it. There's a lot of animal pictures buried inside of this phone right now, so might take me a little bit of time to find it. Yeah, so here's the Kirby Terrarium that I picked up. Yeah, it's pretty cute. It took a little bit of time to put together. It was a good time though. But I wasn't really about to do the whole gotcha thing, so I did not whatchamacallit, buy more than one or anything like that. And yeah, man, that's yeah, it was pretty neat. I was very tempted to do some Pokemon stuff at the airport. There's this very dangerous Pokemon blind box that you could get, but I opted not to buy them, even though I really wanted them. I think they're kind of out of stock elsewhere, but the airport had like the mall next to the airport had 2 Tokyo Japanese outlets, so you could actually like pick these up. But yeah, I didn't pick. Wait, hold on, hold the phone. Oh, it's already the order is closed. Wait a second. You get a box of these? You were able to get a box of these things for like 3,800 yen? Wait, what? Each of these things are $20 at the airport. Hey, wait a friggin' second. Whoa, hey, whoa. Something here does not seem right. Whoa, I don't know about this one, Chief. Well, now they're going for a lot of money, I guess, but you get the complete, oh my god. You get the complete set on eBay right now for like $69 nice, presuming it's yeah, I think pretty sure these are the real deal. That's pretty. That's something. That's something. I don't know what that is, but that's something. Whoa. So but yeah, again, that was PAX. And I did some garden stuff too. I'm not gonna get into the nitty gritty of it. Actually, I guess I can go through it super quick, but really, if you want to see the deets, you can look on Twitter or Instagram. I put it on there. But I guess I can go through my museum trip super quick. I went to the Seattle Art Museum, the Sam. So they had a Monet exhibit at his time at a particular village, and it basically illustrated his experiences painting seascapes or seaside scapes, and there's some pretty cool stuff. Now the caveat is that it's like half the stuff wasn't even like Monet stuff, so that was kind of weird. But that's some pretty cool stuff. I'm not sure I had ever been to the Sam before, but I did enjoy my time. They have a pretty good mix of different things over there. Yeah, they got all the different things. So I did enjoy it quite a bit. There was also Barbara Earl Thomas. She had an exhibit, very bold shapes, and basically there's this whole installation room where like it's all just paper cutouts, right? So if you look at it very closely, you can see all these like cutouts. So this is like crazy cool, right? So, you know, in my youth, I was all about like paper craftsmanships and like paper people and stuff. So maybe in a different realm, I would have been a paper installation artist or something. I'm not really sure, but instead of doing like stuff on digital media, I would be a paper craft person. I guess I can still do it if I want to make paper cats or something like that. Maybe, but it's not too late, right? I can always do the paper installations I was always meant to do. Wait, what? So, but yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff. I forget who did. Oh, Aaron Fowler. Yeah, this one's like one of the dopest things in the whole museum, honestly. So this is pretty cool. And yeah, I had a good time with it. Kind of a weird eclectic mix of things in there. They had yeah, they had some pretty cool stuff. They had a Japanese modernist exhibit. So basically these were artists that were making art in the Pacific Northwest immediately before they were relocated during World War II for the internment camps and internment camps and stuff like that. I need to find the photos really quick though. Well, this is different, but this is also cool though. Yeah. I think I found it. Yeah. Northwest modernism for Japanese Americans, right? So all these artists were impacted by by World War II basically, and America's reaction to it. But you know. So there was this one remarking on sort of like billboards and signs kind of informed by Japanese signs as well. And this was by Kamikichi Tokita, and yeah, and yeah, but I really thoroughly enjoyed like these works. Kenjiro Nomura. Yeah, this is like it's got a little bit of practically like a cubist sort of flavor to it, right? Cubism, or I should say like uh cubism flavor to it is what I should probably say. Um, but yeah, and this one's like yeah, Paul Hiroichi did this whole sort of like giant board. And George Tsutakawa did this bronze sculpture. And so all these pieces are kind of like in this small little enclosure. So it's like a sub room in the middle of the hallway. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, like I like bronze. I've never done bronze work personally, but I always respect seeing it. But again, yeah, I've just never touched it. But you know, it's cool. You know, why not, right? But yeah, like the SAM is cool. The weird part about the SAM though is that like half the museum was like kind of empty-ish, so I was like feeling a little weird, but yeah, thank you, I appreciate that. But yeah, and then there's this guy's just like slim, also cowboy. I'm like, okay. And but there's a lot of baller work in here. Jasper Francis Cropsley. Yeah, I imagine part of it is just for COVID reasons, but at the same time, it's just like when you don't have like stuff filled, it just feels kind of weird from a museum goer's perspective. But maybe like some stuff was traveling as well. I'm not really sure, but a good chunk of like the third floor of the SAM, for context, I think it's technically 4 floors, but the second floor, I think half of it was like not even populated. So that was weird. Bierstadt and LaForge, and there's this whole section on like tattoo art inspired by Aborigine Pacific Northwestern art. So like this is from 1980, but it's actually like it's a design that kind of calls to mind like designs from like previous eras. And then yeah, some of these, I think some of these are I believe some of these are might be slightly newer, I forget. At 98. Yeah. So those are pretty cool designs in this section too. Yeah, I think these ones are really, yeah, 92. I think they're, yeah, most of them are 80s, 90s, I think. Yeah, I wanted to capture the date so that I could like always like cross-reference stuff, but yeah. Yeah, so there's some pretty cool art in the SAM that I thoroughly enjoyed. What was this one again? Cholda Hassan. Okay. Yeah, got it. So, yeah, the SAM is nice. And in terms of other stuff, I go through other stuff like super lickety split, I guess. I don't want to spend too much time like doing photo review cuz I got some art to do, but I went back to the Kubota garden. I really enjoyed it when I went in July, but then this time I took a buddy there, or I guess technically the buddy took me there. So the Kubota garden is a Japanese inspired garden. It's got a lot of reflections for days. I took way too many pictures. I'm not going to tap on every single one, but it's really something special. I really thoroughly like this garden. It is a very magical place. A little more overcast this time compared to last time. Also, the hydrangeas were not quite as much in bloom, particularly because well, it's past hydrangeas season. I need to check a microphone thing really quick. Hold on. Okay, I'm good. Yeah, I had this weird issue where my mic kept setting itself to be 50%, and I finally got down to the culprit. I finally found the culprit, so that was fun. Apparently, my mic was latching itself onto my Logitech app, so my Logitech app was setting my mic volume. So those of you with Blue Yetis, your Logitech app might be onto you. So, but again, this is very cool. I could like scroll through this album like all day. Some pretty cool Hydrogeneas. I don't know what this one is, but looks familiar somehow. I'm doing pretty good melody. I just relaxing after getting back from Seattle yesterday. I just did the PAX overview. If you want another overview, I could do it like super quick, but I've already been talking about PAX for a little bit, but I hope you're doing well. Just going over the Kubota Garden Part 2, the second visit to the Kubota Garden. Thanks for doing the shout out for Melody. So yeah, again, this place is very nice. It's very cozy. It's got reflections for days. It's really neat. Yeah, I really thoroughly enjoyed returning here. I'm not gonna go over every single photo because we'd be here all day, but yeah, man, I really did like it. I guess I can go through some of my footage really quick. I don't see why not. If you're curious, I actually did just put some of the photos on Instagram. Granted, it doesn't encompass the entirety of my PAX experience and all that, but yeah, again, Kubota Garden. It's very cozy in there. I actually have I'm starting to upload garden footage to YouTube. So if you want to like look at YouTube, there's some garden footage in there that you can check out now in glorious 4K 60. So check it out if you want to see some garden stuff. But in case you can't run 4K, you can always downsize the resolution on YouTube, of course. But glorious 4K 60. Loosely inspired by this rando on YouTube that had a 4K 60 overview of the municipal rose garden in San Jose. They were like 4K 60, and I'm like, I could do 4K 60. So the Kubota Garden, I did some footage of it, and you can check it out on YouTube if you want. I'm starting to populate my channel. It's like a gaming gardening channel. gaming garden channel, more specifically. What about 4K 64? Don't think that exists yet. Unless like you have a high refresh rate monitor and you lock your refresh rate, I guess. But yeah, the Kubota Garden is really nice. It's a really fantastic time. I love going. Wait, is this the right? Oh, my phone's silent anyway, so it's good. This is not the Washington Park Arboretum, so it's not technically it's not, I don't think it's technically an arboretum, but it's like a garden like highly built by like one dude, right? So like the Kubota Garden, it's like I think it's a public garden, but it's like built, it's like curated primarily by like one guy, I think. Oh, but now it's by a foundation. Yeah. Oh yeah, you know, I'm just not very good at juggling Twitch, so whenever I'm like on a trip, I like just disappear from Twitch, so I do apologize for that, but no, I'll feel better soon. Yeah, so but yeah, this dude Fujitaro Kubota, he did the thing. So that was pretty fun. But yeah, the Kubota Gardens, my second time there after my first trip in July, but this time was more convenient because I didn't have to like take 2 buses to get there. Yeah, I can tell you about 2 buses later on though. I'll just tell you right now. So basically, one of my friends that I know, basically a friend of friend, he won the meetup, right? So I briefly met up with him at PAX, like during the Guilty Gear bracket on during the Guilty Gear tournament on Sunday, but I was hanging out with my friends, so I couldn't really like walk around with him or whatever. So later on, he wanted to hang out on Monday, so I was like, okay, let's hang out. So there's this place in Seattle called Beth's Cafe, and so I guess Beth's Cafe is like super cool, but it's like closing. Like its last day was on Monday, right? So it closed on Monday. Nobody knows if it's temporary or permanent, but it's gone. But the wait list for Beth's Cafe, it closed on at 1 p.m. on Monday. So like it wrapped up because I guess everyone had the same idea. It's like, let's go to Beth's like before it closes. I'm like crap, we need to find out secondary lunch plans. So that was pretty funny. But yeah, again, the Coop in the Garden is a pretty badass time. Really did enjoy it. I went to one more garden. I went to a place called the Highland Seatac Garden. We didn't really I'm sorry, Highline Seatac Garden. Didn't really spend as much time there as the other gardens, particularly because it's smaller, but also because a lot of the stuff was not in bloom, but there's still a lot of cool roses and stuff like that. It was pretty neat. So yeah, there's like a mini Japanese garden there. So I had a pretty good time checking all of it out. This place also has reflections for days, but not quite as many reflections as the Kubota garden, but still nice reflections nonetheless. So I had a really good time checking this out. This is right on the heels though of something. I forgot my iPhone charger at my friend's workplace. So like the iPhone charger for the newer iPhones, it's a bigger voltage charger, and it works via USB-C to Lightning. So like all my friends use USB-C to USB-C. So I was like, damn, like what do I do? Like I like forgot my cord, right? So this whole time I was like trying to like not use like my battery that much. So I like set into airplane mode. I tried to only like record when I needed to, but like we picked up our friend from the airport like that evening. So I got like a third party cord. So it worked out, I guess, but it was kind of funny though. But it's like so I ended up getting like this third party cord. But it's kind of fun because it actually is longer than it's longer than my regular cord anyway. So like, I guess just to compare. Actually, I've never compared these, so that'd be kind of fun. But you can see like, how do I compare these? Well, I could just fold them in half, I guess, huh? Yeah, sorry, I'm not very good at feet. So I don't remember how long these are, but like, I can't do the comparison on camera. But anyway, you can kind of, jeez, hold on. I can compare cables, I swear. So you can see like this is the iPhone, the official one, and this is the not so official one, right? But you can see it's practically like 50% longer. So like it works out for me anyway because I like longer cords. But it was kind of expensive, so I like felt it. I'm like, dang it! Like I was like scared that I was gonna get bodied all PAX because I forgot my charger, but it worked out because I had my handheld battery and all that stuff. So you know, thank God for handheld batteries and stuff like that, right? But you know, it's kind of it kind of put me on edge not having an actual like a wall charger the whole weekend, so that was kind of interesting. But thank God for external batteries and USB-C based batteries, right? So actually I saved someone at the airport yesterday with this USB-C too. Like I guess her phone went from 50% to like 63% in 15 minutes. So like she was like showing me her phone and she was all like, "Oh, like my cord has a USB-C, needs a USB-C plug," and I'm like, I got you covered, man. I got you, don't worry about it. So that was fun. So again, this is the Highline Seatac, and it's pretty neat. Had a good time. Little free libraries. But yeah, there's a lot of cozy walks that you can do. And sorry about the stuttering. I think it's just a streaming thingamabobber. But but yeah, there's some pretty dope flowers there. I did go to round one afterwards. And I tried to play DDR and my legs cramped up, so that was fun. But you know, I'm slowly getting back into the groove of dancing stuff at the arcade. But yeah, again, this is a cool garden. If you want to see more footage, go to YouTube and check out the footage. It's cool. Oh shoot, I didn't hide the things. I guess I could just. Oh shoot, I just exposed my embarrassing number of photos. Oopsie. I'm cutting it down, I swear. But basically the TLDR for Melody and those popping in. PAX was cool. I went the first 3 days. What's up, Panda? I did a Tetris Effect tournament the first day. It was intended to be versus, but it became a score attack tournament. I got number 3 out of 32 in that Tetris tournament. My friend my friend and their friend beat me in score attack. The big thing on display at PAX, due to the general reduction in vendors and booth size, was Bandai Namco with Tales of Arise. That was like the single biggest like booth, like the whole like ways. And you can get some pretty cool Tales of Arise merch. I did not play the game at PAX, so don't ask me about it. But apparently, like, the demo was similar to the PAX. Apparently similar to the PS5 demo, from my understanding. I went to the White Thorn Games booth, and so I played Princess Farmer. It's basically a cross between Mario 2 and Yoshi's Cookie. Those are in my own words. It was very fun. It was very vibrant. And I checked out some other cool things. Dial-up games. You see some other cool like stands like this. The other side there was some other stuff like this. And I'm good. This is technically the third time I've gone through these photos. I'm just gonna breeze through it really quick. You can look at the VOD if you want to see some more. You can see kitties at Sanshi, good old Morgana. Morgana's a cute buddy. Bug Snacks, Deltarune had a pretty big presence at Fangamer. The third day, all I did was watch Guilty Gear Strive. I did not attend day 4. So I did one gaming tournament, one panel, and that was pretty much how it went. There's a pretty hype Guilty Gear, man. And yeah, you know, that was pretty much my weekend. I ate a lot of food. You can look at Twitter. If you need to look at any of the food shots, look at Twitter. And with that, I'm going to pivot gears. I've been talking about convention and weekend stuff for like 70 minutes straight. So I am going to go ahead and get to the drawing.